Conversation just to warm the atmosphere. Can you say some words about you? I know that you participated in several residents European country. What was it?
Printmaking residences in China and Netherlands, and then other ones in Austria, Paris, and Hungary.
And what was the most remarkable for your residents?
I would say Paris because
In
it's
Paris.
the most recent one.
Yeah,
I remember
and
it well.
Yeah. I know that you make art and you also work as teacher in Novi Sad schools.
Yeah.
So you teach young
Yeah.
students. Okay. Why I'm asking Maja about this? Because now this time when not everybody, but a lot of people would call themselves as artists, and in front of us there is professional artist, and I will try to show the difference. The artist which has philosophy, and Maja has her own philosophy. I try to show it. Maybe it will have success, maybe not. And it's different from another type, what we call interior art, when we do something just to be beautiful. And we do, we do something to answer on some important question of our time. 5 minutes. Sometimes can I ask you to make half of circle?
We decided not to wait.
Actually, yeah, because if we will wait somebody, we will expect time. So, how this evening did appear? Sorry, what? And what was?
And now it was an assistant.
How did this meeting appear? 11 August, it was the opening of this exhibition. And at that time, I was asking myself one question. It may be a strange question, but I want to show that everybody can be disturbed by this question. Is there is connection between form and what is inside the form? Is there is connection between how I look, my form, and what is inside me? Is there is connection between how I formulating my words and how people understand what is inside me? Because very often I suppose that you might have the same problem, that we have something inside us, but our form in different ways cannot show to other people, to other person, what's inside us. So I came to this exhibition and it was opening, and what did I see? Some abstract art. To be honest, I didn't understand it. And to be honest, I tried to find any form which I can recognize. What is it? Flowers. What is it? Trees. I can't understand. I became in some way angry and I asked my contact. And on the next day, we did meet. She explained, it was long conversation, maybe 2 hours. She explained her way to art, her way to abstract. And during this conversation, some interesting idea appears. And this idea made me happier. And I said, Maja, let's show other people how your art, how your way can bring happiness. Maybe how your art can facilitate our lives. So it's not spontaneous meeting. We prepared it, and we will try to show you Maja philosophy, and we will try to show the approach which help each of us next time come to this or another gallery and maybe understand or feel abstract life in practical, to usually the common situation way. So first step will be very simple. I want to ask Maja about her about her first step in art, because I don't know, maybe Maja from artistic family and she grows up in really artistic context. I don't know what education did she get, and it also made influence on her. So, Maja, can you tell me your the first moment when you understand that you want to do art? How is it? Because now children, I'm sure, didn't come to life with the mind, I want to be artist. So how it came to you?
Maybe most of the children first want to be an artist, and then actually, I remember when I was 3, I saw my brother drawing something specific, and I tried it too. It was good, I liked it, and then I started asking my mom to take me to art school for kids, and she told me I should wait for 2 years until I turned 5, because they don't accept kids younger than 5. 5 years old, and yeah, that's how it started. I started with that art school when I was 5, and I never stopped.
So the brother, he is the reason of
No, I think that they were just telling him how good an artist he is when he was 3 years older than I was, and I wanted to be good as he is. And I tried, and it was, I think, also good. If I remember well.
I cannot ask you.
All the kids draw, so it was not the reason I started drawing, but he showed me how it can be good.
All kids drawing, but not all kids make influence on other kids to draw.
True.
So, are you from artistic family? Maybe you were surrounded by art.
No, nobody in my family is doing art, except my younger brother, who is
now he's photographer. And I know that you have another brother.
yeah, the older one is
He's okay. Okay. And besides your brother, was anything else which makes influence on you? Maybe you went to museum, to galleries with your parents. Maybe there is you did see some famous artist and you also wanted to become like there.
Yeah, nothing like that, because I don't think kids in Serbia in general go to museums or galleries. Not even adults, unless they are doing art themselves.
Nobody goes to galleries.
No. For example, if we have an exhibition opening, only my friends and colleagues will come. Family. Yes, and that's it. So we don't have it in our culture to go to galleries and to visit museums and stuff like that. For example, if we would go to Germany or Austria or any other country in Europe, you can see in museums a lot of kids sitting on the floor drawing, or teachers are talking about art and they're saying what they see or how they feel about it. But in Serbia, nobody does.
So in Germany and Austria, it's different.
Yeah.
People bringing children to galleries, but could you explain us the reason? How do you think, why, if we are child or if we are parents, why we should take our children and go with them to galleries? For example, there is meticulous Serbia, and there is special room for children. But this room is surrounded by naked women and quite adult art. How could you explain the reason why from childhood we should go to galleries?
Well, because we didn't go to galleries or museums when we were young, we were cut out from that part of art. And then when we are older, for example, my friends that I do this sports with, when I ask them to come to the exhibition, they ask me what to wear, how much should they pay to enter, or should they bring something, what if they say something stupid or they don't understand the art, something like that. And then I have to explain to them. But in the same time, if they see a movie or they go to concert, they have really good opinion, like formed opinion about the movie or the actors or musicians that they hear. So I just think they're missing a huge part of art in their lives.
Is it okay for you? Do you understand? Or my speech put in temp and my speech put in temp? Slowly, weaker? Okay. But what how I understand tries to explain, it's really common situation. We easily go to cinema and we can judge any movies and we can make any reaction for like mass media art. But if we go to gallery, we feel ourselves kind of awkward.
Yeah.
What shall we do? What shall we say? And how I understand you, this problem, if it's problem, can be solved if the space of galleries will be for us some common space from our childhood.
I'm not even sure if it has to be a common space. It's nice to have it, but if you would just take kids to a gallery or museum and they are used to it, then I'm pretty sure they will need it in their life. So they will not pass by gallery, look through the window. They will enter, and then they will have some opinion. It doesn't matter, or you don't even have to have opinion. You can just feel something like you like it or do not like it, or it makes you angry. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
And what is interesting, when we had conversation first time, you said one quite interesting point. If you begin to go to gallery from childhood, for you, it might be normal to say sometimes, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't understand. And it's normal.
You don't have to understand, yeah. Of course, I mean, when it comes to more complex art, doesn't matter what form of art, of course, no, but most of the people will not understand it like another artist will. But it's totally fine not to understand it. In that manner, if you see a movie and you don't understand it, you still have some feeling about it or some opinion about it. You know why you didn't understand it or you missed it. It doesn't matter, but you have some kind of opinion.
And your open answer, I don't understand something, became something also normal and common. You have right to understand. Okay. And how, so we has a lot of examples that art has distance from common life. How was it in your case? Because when you said to your parents that you don't want to have some, common job, and you went to art, how was it their reaction? Because there is distance.
Yeah, they were not happy in the beginning. They didn't let my older brother go to artist high school, even though he wanted. But I talked to them for I think 2 years, and I begged them. I don't even remember everything I said or did, but in the end they let me go, and then after that they couldn't stop me because that was done.
Last time you said that your parents were not happy at first.
No, they were not happy.
And why?
Because they thought I wouldn't be able to make a living out of art. And it's typical Serbian thing. Like if you would say, if somebody would ask you, what do you do? And you say you're an artist, they're like, oh, so what do you do? What are you going to do? How do you make money or whatever? And for example, if I would say to someone in US, they would ask me, what do I do? I would say, I'm an artist. They're like, oh, great, can I see your work? Or can you show me something? And then, of course, they have opinions about it. So, in a way, or if we will go to China, everybody, artist, you know, like they respect it in a totally different way than here. And here, everybody's like, artist.
It's interesting how Maja making focus the second meaning of distance between art and life. Art and normal living is not, they don't have connection. There is again distance. You said that if you go to art, there is, you can have like good life. There is distance between art and life, even.
Yeah, they always say you choose something that will make you happy, but you will be poor. You know? You need to choose between the thing that you love and happiness and a good life.
Okay, so
what is considered?
You did choose finally this way, and now how I know you teach, you're a teacher in the art school, and how would you answer to the question, what does art bring in your life? What does art bring in your life?
Yeah, well, I think that is, what's the word?
One second.
Challenge.
one second.
Challenge.
С другого ракурса не подснимешь нас?
Mhm. I think it's a challenge because I did sports and art, and at one moment I had to choose between being professional sports woman and artist. And in sports, you have the skill that you should master, and then when you master it, you're just moving really slow, like being better and better, and you can be let's say like world champion, and every day you will change something small, or every month, it doesn't matter. But in art, you also train. Most of your life you train, like you draw and draw and draw, you make thousand drawings, so that you learn how to use your eye and your hand and everything. And then that is how to say, base that you build your creative side on that base. So I think what it brings to my life is the challenge that every day I go to studio, I don't know what's going to happen. I have some idea about what I want to do, but when I start, I cannot say how it's going to look in the end or what it's going to be. Because if I can, it wouldn't be interesting anymore.
How did I understand you? That in sport, you also do sport. We will talk about relation between sport and art a bit later. In sport, you know what you should achieve.
True. Yeah, there is a goal. Yeah. And
it's not the same.
You're fighting with yourself every day. So you challenge yourself. You try to reach the goal, but it's never done. It's you never said everything. You never have this like a moment where you just feel like you did everything you should. Like there is. I feel there is a lot more space to grow than in sports or some other jobs.
What Maja said can be related to life. I can say how with you, but with me it's absolutely the same. If I know what I should to achieve in this day or in the next week, it's quite easier. It makes me feel patient, but art, it's different. You don't know what you want to achieve, you do. And you can...
It's easy for you. For me, that would be terrible. I could never work from 8 to 4 and know what to do that day. And then after that, I go home and continue with life. It would be terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you show...
I'm just saying it would be harder for me.
You did talk about sport, and I know now we begin to go to your artwork. I know that between sport and art there is connection in your life, and there is also strong connection between your art and your second interest, plants, flower, leaves. Let's begin to talk, and let's try to answer on the question, with which materials do you work? For example, let's begin to first work. It's more recognizable, I think. In Serbian language, there is a word.
Yeah, we call it palatska. Ono što raste, zapravo cattail is in English, is the thing on the wall over there. That grows in the shallow water.
In water, in canal. Okay, so and what do you do with this? You took it, from water, and how it.
I don't even know how to explain. It's a complicated process to get to have it like this, so I can cut it and glue it on the canvas, and it stays. It's not all over the gallery. You must know this thing. This plant, if you touch it, it just starts there.
Or if you make fire, it easily will.
It's very flammable.
And me, I'm not absolutely good in art, so my naive questions, is it abstraction or not?
It's semi. I think you can all see it. These are plants. Maybe not this one, but all the other paintings are, you can recognize at least that much. So somewhere in between.
And I remember when first time I met you and I asked, how can I understand your work? You answered me, I will not give any explanation, just feel it.
Yeah.
And firstly, I cannot feel this work,
You can
but
touch it.
yeah, now it's so warm
Okay.
and so
I'm
tender.
glad.
I don't know if I'm in the right way, but these works produce feeling.
Okay.
Yeah?
I'm glad.
Mhm.
Yeah, people who do not do art themselves, if they will come to exhibition, they would say like, not this one, but previous ones were made of wood, not flowers. It was so dusty, it was abstract. I used tree bark and needles and stuff like that. They would always tell me, if they get the courage to tell me anything about the work, they would always say, I feel like I'm in the forest or I'm connected to nature or something like that. So what you said, it's a common thing.
Okay. I understand the material. I understand that it gives some feelings. But if we make our game more complicated and we will try another work, what is here? I cannot see any natural
So you can
material.
probably recognize flowers, small
Can I
flowers.
speak to-
Yeah, sure. Small flowers here or here or here. But then there is also this part, which is everything except the plant. So basically in the drawing, it would be the white part of the paper. And I'm always interested in that part because if I draw, if I'm not sure if it's proportional or if the drawing is really right, I always check on this shapes, these white parts of the paper, and then if it fits, if it's the same.
Daniel, Maya's friends, they do kickboxing. And you're doing there.
I can,
Sorry, they dropped us.
Yeah.
He was talking about white.
yeah,
Nice.
actually here is the opposite. I wanted to put a white space in front of the composition. So this is what is usually white part of the paper, not the drawing. And this part is equally part of the composition, and you see it, but you don't pay attention to it. So most of these works have that part combined with the actual drawing.
Sorry, I promised with you. Could you repeat again?
So this brown part,
Yeah,
which
brown
is made of chestnut water, I took chestnut leaves and then I use water to make this part of the
Sorry,
drawing.
chestnut.
Chestnut. It's the same, I think, in Russian, right? Let's make.
Yeah. Chestnut ice cream is chestnut.
Oh yeah, I know what it is.
In France, it's
I eat a lot of chestnuts and I always feel like to throw away the water. I try not to I try to use the kitchen what's the word? Trash from the kitchen, like all the things that I don't need. I try to use it in my art. So this is the water from this water that chestnuts were cooked in. And yeah, so
Wait.
okay. So this part that is made with chestnut water is actually the white part of the paper, what is usually white part. And plant would be this. It would be fern here in the white part.
So it was planned.
Yeah, it was plant,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Plant, chestnut water. And after you draw out the plant. No?
No, but I always have a sketch. I never
Okay.
start with a painting like
Yeah.
how could I have this big fern? Or this is linden flower, which is this big. Here is this big. I always have a sketch, and I think about these things that are interesting. I think only to a person who draws, but then I play with it, and then this is how I get. So I didn't put the plant here and then draw on the white part of the paper, but I did actually have a plant with me when I made the sketch for the paint.
And can I ask another naive question? How I understand, there is kind of composition. There is white, there is dark, and you now explain this part, this white space, how they appear, and how the opposite part of this of
This
your
is
work.
regular drawing of the plant.
There is drawing regular, there is empty space.
Yeah, but as I told you before, I don't want to talk about these things because I want you to see a whole picture. I don't want you, and I want you to see it however you see it. I don't want to tell you what I did exactly, and then you search for it. That's why I don't have any titles next to the paintings, because if I would write, I don't know, void space next to the fern plus linden flower, blah blah blah, drawing of the linden. Then you will start to search for it, and that's not the point. You should like see the whole picture.
Yeah, I don't insist. So I don't go to your territory. Just try to understand. I know that you work on the concept, not concept, but you try, even if you don't try to give name anyway. Organizer of exhibition here and other.
Yeah, name of the exhibition is fine because.
Wait. What I wanted to say. We tried to translate you and me together that name of exhibition of series of your work, empty space.
Yeah.
And you tried what I tried to catch. You tried to understand how this empty space did appear. Because I want to understand which roles empty space play in your philosophy and your art.
Yeah, there is actually two empty space on this painting because you have the one that I actually draw and the one that is there. Even if you don't want it to be there, but I don't know if you understand now. But it's okay. Yeah, but I don't. Question now.
Okay. It's not easy to go to abstract art for me, for maybe somebody of us. But if I ask you the question from another side, how was your step to abstract?
Yeah, how it came to doing abstract art. Yeah, but well, as I told you, like before, these things that I thought about, like these other parts of drawing that you don't think about when you look at the drawing, and also like if you made thousands of drawings, and it's training. So you train, you learn how to do it. It's all like exercise, and you decide to draw one thing 200 times, doesn't matter. At one moment it became boring. You know it by heart, and then it become boring. And then you start reducing information. Let's say you use lines or shapes or colors or texture or whatever you want for the composition. So it's perfect too. So you make the composition, you take the information, and you decide what to do with it. So for example, if you do math and you have a task, if you're really good in math, you don't have to write every single line or however it's called. You know the result when you see the task. So you skip the steps. It's the same with this. So you don't have to draw everything that you see. You take what you need for a good drawing. What you think is a good drawing, good composition, good I don't know, visual solution or field, visual field solution, whatever. So,
okay, can I ask you, is it true or it was exaggeration? Sorry, exaggerate. So, did you really made 100-200 times some action, or it's
not every time, of course, but while I was learning to draw, and I mean I still learn, but I did it. I did it a lot of times, and then I started reducing a lot of things in my head. But sometimes I still do. I still make my drawings until I get to the point where I'm happy with the composition or my solution.
So you do some action a lot of times. Let's change. Maybe let's go. We never discussed. I think this work. So you do some action a lot of time, and how I understood you begin to reduce some information.
Yeah, but this one is made of a lot of
occasionally.
Accidents. I try to do one thing. It doesn't work because I don't know. I'm not familiar with the material that I'm using, and this one is made of 2 different kinds of tea and
2 different
turmeric.
kinds of tea.
Yes, and turmeric. You know what it is.
Sorry, my Italian friends.
Yeah, so I tried to do something. It didn't work out, and I tried.
Wait. It's difficult. So you use tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it didn't look as I hoped it will. And then I tried to wash it away, and then I add some spices, and then
Spices.
yes. And then in the end, I thought what to do with it because it looks nothing like I wanted it to look. And then I just drew another plant from another sketch that I wanted to use for something else on the top of it. But still, I don't want to say all this.
The last time when we discussed, abstract art is not
Yeah.
splash effect. It's not just draw something so we don't say canvas. It's true.
No, it's true. People think about abstract art like you get inspiration and then you start to painting, and you don't even look at it. Like you're so in trance. You need to wait and look at it. It doesn't work like that. At least not a good abstract art. You need to look at something and then abstract it. As I said before, you need to take information that you need so you can make a composition that is not recognizable but still has all the elements that you want it to have.
The last time you told you not only making a concept art, you don't give inspiration.
No, I don't.
How do you explain this?
Work, training.
Training.
Yeah. If you, for example, I don't know, 3 times a week of 7, I do not feel like going to my studio, and then, or I don't know what to do, or I'm done with 3 works and then I have to start something new and I don't feel like it, or I don't know what to do. I just let start drawing and then something is born from that.
And how I remember last time you also mentioned there is a connection between art and sport because when you do the same action every time, you try to change something or you try to make progress. You're not satisfied by what you already got.
Yeah.
Is it true or it's my memories?
I think what I wanted to say at that time is that the thing I said before, when you train enough, when you draw enough, when you make another enough exercise, when you did enough exercises, you build the base that you can build. Where when you have the base, you can start playing. And in sports, it's I think opposite. When you have the base, when you what's the word? When you master some what's the word? It doesn't matter. I said it before. It doesn't. When you master it, then you just go to competitions until you become whatever you want to become. And in art, it starts when you master the main techniques.
Well, it's interesting because me, I think that me as is a kind of idea about inspiration as an artist and not as final result, as difficult work or kind of sport rating. Yeah. This I think is my kind of thought.
Yeah. You can have opinions.
Yeah, and
Because you said yeah.
time you know that in Serbian language, the word abstract much more powerful meaning.
Yeah.
Abstract get something essential.
No, we say abstrahovati nešto. So it means you have to have something that you will abstract.
Take out, no?
Make it different, like not understandable, not recognizable, actually.
So what I am trying to catch right now, abstract something doesn't mean invent something. It means there is always a real object or a real experience we have. Yeah?
Yeah, but you invent something new anyways, but you need to have something that you look up to. Sometimes you draw something 1,000 times and then you know it by heart and then you can play with it without looking at it. But you still have something to build abstract painting on. I mean, it should be like that. Of course, a lot of people just take the paint and start waving.
Give me 1 minute. I want to read how last time you said. there is connection between art and sport in my life, I believe in training. I don't believe in integration. When you learn basketball, first you look at the ball, you think about your hand, about your feet. But after years, you stop thinking, just do it. It's the same in art.
Yep.
But this is a difference. In sport, you use your skin to do the same action perfectly. When I battle, I battle the same way to be faster. You can be best in the world in battling, but what do you like? In art, the skill is just starting point for experiments. So, my thinking that this is interesting. All your experience, all your mastery, which you have, all your years of practicing art, is just starting point for experiments. It's the same line which you began today. That you don't know where it will bring you, but it's just only starting point for something that you don't know. Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, the basketball comparison is not really well, because when you learn how to pedal and to shoot the hoop and everything, you start thinking about the game. So maybe it was not the best comparison, but yeah.
And last time you say some beautiful words. Sport gave me the discipline, and art gave me the freedom to use the discipline, find something new, and not to repeat. But because I am thinking about art, something takes discipline. Friend also wrote me that discipline is art. It is really so.
Maybe it's just my approach to art. Maybe somebody else would tell you that does take discipline. But I think if you want to really master it and to own whatever you do, you have to have discipline. Whatever you do, right?
Yeah. I also would like to make like more of our last conversation. I don't remember if you agree or not agree with this point, but last time I memorized the places. Both your approach to sport, training and more training, and your approach to abstraction in art, hundreds of drawing, both of these approaches reveal the content of knowledge, reveal its essence. In some way, I'm trying to use words. All this approach opens the object reality, opens the spirit, opens the spirit of the object. And why it helps me, I can find it just an example. If I want to understand someone, if I want to understand you, if I want to understand another person, it takes a long journey. Maybe the same journey as you did in art. It takes a long way to open the content, to open the spirit, to open the soul of the object. And it seems the same in art. The content, the spirit of the object opens itself through reproduction, the same form, the same form, the same form. Is it right or not? Because it's kind of my interpretation. To open the content, to open the essence of something, you need to reproduce the same form a lot of times, but with time, the art appears.
Yeah, that's my way.
Okay. And last time you also said, I don't tell you, I don't think you have English language, you speak about beautiful materials. Last time you also said one beautiful phrase. When I draw the same thing hundreds of times, something changes. I stop seeing a flower. I can't see a flower, it's you.
Yeah, for example, flower. Doesn't matter what I draw.
I start to see just your line. I start to see the shape of the empty space shape near flower or near some object. The object itself disappears, and I start with pure elements, line, shape, texture. For me, it's the process of abstraction. I'm putting out the visual essence from real object. But how people usually approach it? If we try to realize that this is essence of some object, this is spirit, this is soul, dusha.
Yes.
This is dusha. And you imagine this is dusha. And my question to Mark, how do people usually approach it? They see this word or another word, and what is their reaction? Now, no, sometimes, most of the times, it's dusha, it's spirit. But what usually their reaction?
Yeah, well, these paintings or whatever we can call them are not totally abstract, but when it is, they're always trying to search for something familiar.
For example?
For example, we said it for elephant, but not they don't try to search for an elephant, but they will try to find any shape that they recognize. So this one is pretty clear what is. But if it's totally abstract, that's my experience with people who are looking at the painting. They always find any shape that they recognize.
And they recognize.
Yeah. Yeah, it's how our brain works. I think that's why we always recognize when we see smiley somewhere, we will know that it's a face. So, or whatever, you will see two dots and a line, you recognize the face. Yeah, which is pretty abstract, but still, that's how our brain works, and yeah, that's what people do mostly.
Would you help? Because it's the same. It's a period of timeline as a first smile. In some way, we are kind of prisoners of form. So we always try to recognize some common shape, some common form, and it makes problem because I cannot understand the essence. I try to find anything here. Why we have this strange brain? How can I explain it? In evolution, the explanation. Why we try to find some common shapes.
Yeah, I said why we recognize the faces because we have to know who is an enemy, who is a friend, or something like that. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's what we told.
Yeah.
We told that we needed to recognize who is it, your friend or.
Yeah, I said that enemy. I said when I talked about why we recognize these faces or why we see it everywhere, and I connected it to that, but maybe it's not about that. Maybe it's just searching for something that you can relate to.
Give me 1 minute, please. So. What I would put your attention on which subject. We are introducing just several questions. So we are here. We are looking at Maja's work. Now we know it's not just something spontaneous, how we usually think about thinking about abstract work. We know that it's our sculpture, which is just starting point for experiment. And we know right now, in front of us can be the essence of some object, can be the soul of some object. Maybe in front of us can be God of something. And you try to approach our life, try to see possible, can be applicable for our standard, how to say, human being relationship. I mean, you understand somebody, I mean, thousands of hours, thousands of drawing somebody to repeat the same form. And we start making contact, making sense. This person or this object will not be wow. You also said last time we can to say also in conversation. You said a very interesting point about empty space. because if you put empty space, something which is surrounding one object. But you also say that you use empty space in practical life. If I understood right, you draw some after you make circles from your object.
To get away from it and to see it like the whole picture.
Whole picture. And you also gave really beautiful things. Sometimes you have too much focus on something. Yeah, maybe it's not important, but it's meeting 16 just remind us when we focus on something, when we put on one point, and we don't like it. We can see the relation in this point, and everything is surrounded by this. And what we can also remark is that no one word has not even for exactly this word, but no one word has form of language. There is no name. And maybe now we have understand because you didn't explain for unconscious position that words it's also kind of form what we discussed last night. If we